either fighter lands a punch and make it rain.
From spectacular views to breaking news, get the full picture with the Iowa's News Now Skyview drone. Your bird's eye view of Iowa's beauty and the news events that affect our lives. The Iowa's News Now Skyview drone, brought to you by Jungie Automotive Group. Connecting you. This is Iowa's News Now at 9.
People can say that they've been chaotic or rocky, but I tell those same people that I don't think that they've been as bad as people may want it to seem.
A new committee in Iowa City already seen a shift in leadership. Tonight on Iowa's News Now, the changes coming to a group fighting racism in eastern Iowa.
I mean, we could vaccinate our entire community in a matter of a couple short weeks. We don't have the vaccine to do it.
And as Iowa approaches 250,000 people fully vaccinated against COVID-19, some counties still struggling to fill the need. We'll take a look at why supply can't meet demand. But we start tonight at 9 with new details about the expanded vaccination rollout in Iowa that is set to start on Monday. But officials in Linn County now say that announcement Thursday was news to them. Iowa's News Now reporter Shannon Mowdy here in the studio tonight with what this means for the group that is eligible to start getting their shots next week. Shannon?
Mitch, Iowa Public Health announced last night that a new group is eligible for the vaccine. That's also when Linn County Public Health found out. But this accelerated timeline is harder for some counties to meet. Linn County Public Health is still trying to vaccinate thousands of people.
We realize for those that are 65 and older or that are in phase 1B tiers that have not yet received a vaccine, that this expansion is extremely frustrating. We agree.
And just found out they'll have to account for thousands more.
This was a big pivot, something that we did not expect.
The state announced Thursday Iowans with certain medical conditions are eligible for the shot starting Monday. Linn County is still in phase 1B tier 1 and didn't expect an expansion like this until much later.
We're talking about a large percentage of our population.
Those people will have to keep waiting. Linn County's allotment for next week is already spoken for.
People are not going to lose their appointments. That vaccine has already been allocated for that group, and that will remain the same.
The new group can get shots starting March 15th. In Johnson County, they'll also focus on vaccinating older residents who were ahead on the priority list.
We'll continue to make progress based off the IDAC recommendations of the state's Infectious Disease Advisory Council.
Sam Jarvis says they also found out last minute, but things are rapidly evolving.
Certainly par for the course for the pandemic.
Counties are also not expected to get extra doses to meet the demand. Johnson County gets less than 3,000 a week, Linn County around 3,600.
And because we're not increasing the amount of vaccine coming in the county, people are going to have to wait a long time to get that vaccine.
Pharmacies participating in the National Retail Pharmacy Program can start vaccinating the new eligible group Monday, but their vaccines come from both the state and federal level. Shannon Mowdy, Iowa's News Now.
Meanwhile, Governor Kim Reynolds' public health proclamation is getting another month-long extension. It is now set to expire Sunday, April 4th. Before we found that out this afternoon, it was set to run out on Sunday. Governor Reynolds lifted her mask mandate and the cap on public gatherings in the state with last month's proclamation. But of course, a lot of cities and counties still have their mask requirements in place tonight. Iowans 65 years old and up can start calling 211 next week to get help scheduling vaccine appointments. Those lines will be opening up for those calls next Tuesday, March 9th. The service is for people that aren't able to sign up for their shots online. Well, the rollout of COVID-19 vaccines in Iowa is going more smoothly in some places in the state than others. One Western Iowa public health staffer says her department could have their entire community vaccinated in just a couple of weeks. They don't have the supply to do it, though. According to the state website, in Mills County, about 1,500 people have gotten their first shot. More than 800 have gotten their second. The Iowa Department of Public Health is hopeful that everybody who wants the vaccines can get it by May, but some are still skeptical of what they're calling a lofty goal.
We really anticipated that week by week the numbers would go up and availability would go up and we'd really be able to ramp up over time. And we're just waiting for that. That's where we're bottlenecked right now.
According to Governor Reynolds, Iowa ranks 46th in the country in the number of doses allocated to the state.
Well, we're in a fairly quiet stretch of weather here in eastern Iowa. A quiet end to the work week today as well. That's now 12 days without anything in the rain gauge, and that streak will go on through the weekend, but we do expect that to be ending next week. It was also a fairly cool end to the work week. 40 degrees, all we could muster here in Cedar Rapids. That's about par for the course for this time of year. 36 in Old Line, a little bit cooler, but hey, 45 down in Washington. So starting to see, again, some signs of warmth as we head through the weekend. Tonight will be relatively mild, 26 low temperature if you're out there early Saturday morning. And this weekend, we see those temperatures keep climbing back up. We're into the 50s on Sunday. Even warmer weather headed our way next week, but with a chance for some rain. We'll talk about the timing on that in your full forecast coming up.
Got new details tonight in a Delaware County murder case from last month. The woman accused of killing her boyfriend in Ryan in their apartment is pleading not guilty to her charges. 33-year-old Danielle Weiner is facing those charges in the February 8th shooting death of Devin Herizuelo at the Shady Acres Apartments in Ryan. She's set to go to trial now in June. Now, Weiner initially told police that her boyfriend had been arguing with another man, and it was that man that shot him. Authorities now say she made that story up. They found a gun in the patrol car she was in as they were getting ready to take her to the sheriff's office for more questioning. She'd been sitting in there keeping warm with her kids at the time of the search, was not considered to be in custody until later. Tonight, a group created to combat racism in Iowa City is under new leadership already. Johnson County Supervisor Roy Sam Porter is now stepping down as the chair of the city's Truth and Reconciliation Committee. Iowa's News Now reporter Dion Broxton live in Iowa City tonight after talking to the man replacing Porter in that spot. Dion, what's he saying and what do we know about what happened?
Mitch, remember the city assembled this commission after protests for racial justice last summer. It's supposed to investigate racism and give feedback to the council. Now, Supervisor Porter oversaw this commission, but I'm told she didn't get along with younger commissioners. But now a younger Iowa City resident is overseeing the group.
I didn't want it to come to what it did.
Months of tension between Johnson County Supervisor Roy Sam Porter came to a head Thursday night. Porter resigned from her position as chair of Iowa City's Truth and Reconciliation Commission.
And when it comes to my experience with working with Roy Sam, I'd say that it's been pretty solid, and I think it's only going to get better from here.
City Council assembled the Truth and Reconciliation Commission in November following protests stemming from George Floyd's murder. The commission is responsible for being an outlet for locals to report racism. The hope is to build a stronger relationship between all races. But Porter's relationship with other members of the commission crumbled.
People can say that they've been chaotic or rocky, but I tell those same people that I don't think that they've been as bad as people may want it to seem. I mean, when you see the things that go on in the U.S. Congress and even in our own Iowa House and Senate.
The commission picked Iowa City resident Mohammed Traore to replace Porter, but she will remain a part of the commission.
I have the utmost respect for Commissioner Porter because I think that she is still a pillar of this community.
I called Porter to set up an interview, but she wasn't available. Live in Iowa City, Dion Broxton, Iowa's News Now.
I was like, you know what, kids, we're gonna get out. We gotta get out, and we gotta get as far away as possible from our van.
A Central Iowa mom and her 3 kids caught in the middle of that massive pileup on I-80 during a blizzard last month. We're gonna see the family reunite with the state troopers that kept them safe that day. But first, we'll continue tracking the pandemic stimulus plan on Capitol Hill and check in with what's going on with those stimulus payments. All that coming up still in the 9 o'clock hour here on Iowa's News Now.
Weather warnings and alerts. Choose the Iowa's News Now Weather First app.
Looking for the best brands, the best selection, all at the best prices? Then Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit Firm for only $249.99. Or get a free $300 gift when you purchase a new Tempur-Pedic. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping right to your door. Shop the best of the best at the best prices. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
And that's halftime, folks. I'm Gus Johnson. And it looks like the Clarks are starving. Over to Dad.
He goes for the Casey's app.
2 handmade pizzas.
Incredible. Casey's curbside pickup, what a play. Bringing it home. Boom! He scores with Casey's Pizza. Order any large Casey's Pizza. Score another for just $5.99. Casey's for the win.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge. Kids, bedtime. Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to wash.
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
William Hill, America's #1 sportsbook, now has a new and improved app to help make every sports moment even more interesting. It's easier than ever to get your bets down, Iowa, with everything from live in-play betting to player props, teasers, and parlays. More safe and secure ways to deposit and withdraw funds, and fun new offers to keep things interesting. Download and register anywhere in Iowa and get started with a $500 risk-free bet using promo code TVRF. William Hill Sportsbook. Let's make it interesting.
A lot of things make it tough to keep dancing in a pandemic.
It reflected on our performances and our practice time.
We show you how and why they won't stop the rhythm.
They're mentally strong, they're physically strong.
Watch Monday at 9.
More states are pulling back their COVID-19 restrictions as cases and deaths level off in the pandemic, but health officials are still warning about easing up on things too soon. Skylar Henry is following those moves across the country, as well as the pandemic relief bills movement on Capitol Hill.
The sound of a gutter ball can be heard once again in New York City, and movie theater projectors are rolling as the nation's largest city eases more COVID-19 restrictions.
I was just so tired of sitting on my sofa and streaming movies, so I'm out of the house.
On Friday, Arizona joined Texas, Mississippi, and Connecticut in announcing plans this week to cut restrictions.
We have seen this movie before. When prevention measures like mask mandates are rolled back, cases go up.
In a new study, CDC scientists say there's evidence that masks lead to fewer infections and deaths, while reopening restaurants increases them. Dr. Anthony Fauci warned that the recent leveling off of cases also brings concern.
That plateau is about 60 to 70,000 cases a day. When you have that much of viral activity in a plateau, it almost invariably means that you are at risk for another spike.
The Senate Friday entered its hours-long so-called vote-a-rama on President Biden's $1.9 trillion American Rescue Plan.
The American people are reaching out to us, and they're saying we are hurting.
Senate Democrats tackled hurdles over a key element, unemployment benefits.
There is some bipartisanship, we believe, to change the bill, but apparently that's an unpardonable sin on the other side.
Under an agreement said to be accepted by West Virginia moderate Joe Manchin, who was a holdout throughout the day, Democrats will now offer an amendment to extend enhanced benefits through early September at $300 a week. A final vote on the 628-page bill is expected sometime over the weekend. Skylar Henry, CBS News, the White House.
She made everybody look good. Designer Dion von Furstenberg. Next, Drew.
Monday at 10 a.m. on Fox 28.
Menards is your complete bathroom remodeling headquarters. Come in and check out our great selection of over 50 Magic Woods vanities. Magic Woods offers a combination of quality construction and styles ranging from traditional to contemporary that are sure to match your lifestyle. Best of all Magic Woods bathroom cabinets are 11% off. Save 11% on everything for your home. Now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
This is Ford Truck Month.
So are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150. Only during Ford Truck Month.
Good things come in threes, including Fairway's 3-day sale this Thursday through Saturday. Supreme Choice fully cooked shrimp is just $9.99. Fairway frozen fruit is 2 for only $5. Brew Pub Latza Matza Pizza is just $4.99. Banquet pot pies are buy 5, get 5 free. U10 dry cure scallops are only $9.99. See you at our 3-day sale this Thursday through Saturday.
I'm Presley Henningsen. For over 30 years, the attorneys at RSH Legal have been fighting for fairness. Fairness for those whose lives were changed by careless drivers. Fairness for workers injured on the job. Fairness for patients who've suffered because of botched care. If your family is dealing with a serious injury or death because of someone else's fault, request a free consultation today. RSH Legal, fighting for fairness.
Now you can get Iowa's News Now updates on your Amazon Echo. Download the Alexa app and sign up for our flash briefing. Always choose Iowa's News Now.
1 month after a 40-car pileup shut down I-80 during a blizzard in central Iowa, we're hearing a mom's story of keeping her kids safe in the crash and seeing them meet up again with the state troopers that also help protect them. Allie Sachs takes us to that reunion.
A chilling picture worth 1,000 words. An Iowa State trooper holding a young child wrapped in a blanket. This moment was captured during a 40-car pileup on I-80.
These type of crashes are happening so quick that a lot of times you don't even have a chance to make a decision.
Troopers worked in frigid temperatures to get dozens of people to safety.
The cold was unbelievable cold that day. Within seconds, your skin was hurting physically.
A Newton mom and her 3 children, all under the age of 4, traveling home from Des Moines, arrived right after the first crash.
I was like, you know what, kids, we're going to get out. We got to get out, and we got to get as far away as possible from our van.
The Ruga family escaped with moments to spare. Their van smashed in the pileup. Stranded in the cold, troopers guided them to warmth and shelter. It's Katie Ruga's 2-year-old daughter under the blanket in this photo.
I just kept replaying it. I just kept replaying like what had happened and processing the trauma that the kids and I had just been through. And yeah, it's still very emotional today.
These troopers won't soon forget either. Despite incredible odds, everyone survived.
Why don't you come around here?
And that's why we decided to get this group together for the first time since the accident.
Hi! Hey guys! How are you?
Guys, how are you? High five.
You like yours?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, boy.
Do you like kids? Handed out thank you cards. The troopers donated them with sticker badges.
Don't go arresting everybody today, okay? It's a lot of responsibility. You gotta be real careful. It looks good on you.
A mask didn't matter. As soon as she looked in his eyes, this mom knew who the man was.
You were carrying Zoe. Oh, thank you.
Troopers carried her kids about a mile that day to buses that would take them away from the wreckage.
This whole experience has changed, has really affected me and my faith. So, it's just been such a blessing.
For the troopers, this reunion is a profound reminder. Their risk and sacrifice matters.
They made a difference in somebody's life, and they made an impact on somebody's life that will be a lifelong memory.
Yeah, definitely something those kids will remember for a long time for sure. I know we'll remember that day for a while. It was a strong winter storm here in eastern Iowa, but right now, not looking at anything too crazy going on across the central part of the country. System making its way in across the Pacific Northwest down to California. A little system that has passed off harmlessly to our south, and you see the jet stream passing off to our north there, bringing a few little clouds, but high pressure, the main thing in charge of our weather as we head our way into the weekend. Temperatures right now around the freezing mark here. Cedar Rapids to Old Monticello, 35 still in Iowa City, so hanging on to some mid-30s. The cloud cover should insulate us a little bit tonight, so we're thinking temperatures mainly dropping to the mid-20s across much of the region. A little bit warmer south of Interstate 80, looking at 29 to wake things up tomorrow in Washington under mostly cloudy skies throughout the night. Predictor filtering in those clouds as we go into tomorrow morning, but we should see some decent clearing as we head into into the afternoon, we'll see mainly sunshine out there. By the time we get to around 3, 4 o'clock, and pretty light winds as well. A very pleasant start to the weekend. Temperatures still a little bit on the cool side, but that changes as we go into Sunday. You see those winds, big shift coming out of the southwest. Could be a little bit breezy at times as well as we head into Sunday. So enjoy Saturday. Definitely a very comfortable day to be getting outside here. In eastern Iowa, winds only out of the east to southeast at maybe 5 to 10 miles an hour. But as we go into Sunday, we'll see the bulk of that wind shift off to the eastern portion of the United States, eastern Iowa, I should say, starting off fairly breezy, but becoming even more so as we head into the afternoon. Could see gusts around the 30-mile-an-hour mark out of the southwest, bringing in some of that warm air. And then we have to watch that next system that we've been watching for a couple of days here, and it's going to make its way fairly quickly off to the north and east, bringing in a warm front first on Wednesday morning. So we're thinking a very balmy day out there on Wednesday, and then when it interacts with that cold front, heavy rain and even some scattered thunderstorms will be possible as this system kind of exits its way through here the Midwest, something we have to definitely keep a close eye on towards the middle of next week. But for tomorrow, enjoy it. Mainly sunshine out there, 44 degrees high temperature in Cedar Rapids, so still a little cool, but overall a very comfortable start to the weekend area wide. We'll see temperatures go back up on Sunday. Breezy conditions there though as we head especially into the afternoon, then monitoring that chance for some showers, even some thunderstorms as we head towards Wednesday. And with the threat of some thunderstorms in the forecast, we're not far from severe weather season, and there's a way that you can help us and the National Weather Service. Whether it's tornado in progress or damaging wind or flooding, getting around ground truth of what's going on outside is important during severe weather. The Weather Service is holding several virtual classes in the coming weeks to help you know what to look out for and how to do so safely. The roughly 2-hour course will also cover how to access National Weather Service products and information on the different types of severe weather we can see here in eastern Iowa. For more information on how you can sign up, head to my web story, iowasnewsnow.com.
And those severe weather reports are incredibly valuable to us on the TV side in terms of warning you guys at home on public. And as you can imagine, we see a lot of severe weather reports. In the United States, just last year, there were 21,886 severe weather reports into the National Weather Service, including 16,000 wind reports. The two most active days, April 12th and the day of the August derecho, August 10th, with nearly 600 reports individually. Now, we have been seeing kind of an increase in severe weather reports, especially in the early 2000s. We generally see at least 20,000 every single year, but interestingly, at least I thought it was interesting, we've actually been seeing a reduction in those severe weather reports in recent years. I thought we'd see an increase due to things like cell phones kind of allowing us to send pictures a lot more readily, but in fact that trend is down, and that's why we need you at home to help us get those reports into the National Weather Service to help spread the warning on the storms that are coming towards eastern Iowa.
Pandemic's not done yet. Things are better. Things are much better than what they were, but it's not over.
Spring break's coming this month, and people are already ready to pack up for trips in the pandemic, but we're taking a look at the warnings ahead of those travel plans next on Iowa's News Now.
How do you dabble? A new lifestyle network.
Watch Dabble on 28.1 or check with your cable provider.
Pat Swift had always been reluctant to get a screening colonoscopy. He felt fine and had no symptoms.
There wasn't anything in the family that showed that anybody had anything like cancer.
But after a suspicious stool test and at his doctor's urging, he decided it was time. And it was a good thing.
Dr. Kumar comes back in and he said, well, I took care of 2 polyps and I found this tumor thing.
For him, it was good luck. If he wouldn't have had this colonoscopy, we wouldn't have known about this neuroendocrine tumor. And interestingly, he was completely asymptomatic.
Pat's treatment team at Mercy also included medical oncologist Dr. Samuel Wood and colorectal surgeon Dr. Imran Hassan. Together, the team laid out a plan for Pat, and it was successful.
Went back to Dr. Wood on November 30th. He says, you're cancer-free.
He had a comprehensive care, which made all the difference for him.
To find out more about screening colonoscopies, visit mercycare.org.
Tempur-Pedic's mission is to give you truly transformative sleep. So no more tossing and turning or trouble falling asleep. Because only Tempur-Pedic uses proprietary Tempur material
that adapts and responds to your body to relieve pressure, so you get deep, uninterrupted sleep. Experience the mattress ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Our ears and brain are connected as well as the rest of our body. Untreated hearing loss increases our risk of dementia by up to 5 times. Type 1 and type 2 diabetes increase our risk by 2 times. Viagra or similar drugs double our risk. An aspirin regimen increases our risk by 25%. Johns Hopkins University studies have shown wearing hearing devices can reduce dementia symptoms by up to 75%. Call Concept today for your free hearing screening.
Weather first on Iowa's News Now, recipient of the Upper Midwest Emmy Award.
Well, temperatures are getting a little more comfortable in eastern Iowa, but more people are getting comfortable with the idea of traveling somewhere else for spring break in the pandemic. Iowa's News Now reporter Jillian Brooks is talking to the people that are already packing up and finding out the protocols you should be taking with you.
To Orlando today.
Mark Ryder and his family are boarding a plane for the first time since the start of the pandemic.
I think we felt safe, you know, as long as we take the safeguards that they want us to do and things. And I think as long as you do things carefully, you should be okay.
The family has been on a few road trips in the past year, which is the preferred way to reach a destination this spring.
Driving is still one of the most controllable forms of transportation. You can choose exactly when you leave, you choose exactly when you stop, where you stop, how long you're gone.
Whether you're taking a plane, train, or car, it's recommended to get tested for COVID-19 before and after your trip. And if you're eligible, to get your vaccine.
Ideally, you would have both doses in of the vaccine before you go, and you'd be able to wait a full 2 weeks so that immunity is fully built up before you leave for your trip.
More people rolling up their sleeves could mean more adventures in the future.
What is needed for people to feel more comfortable traveling is both rounds of the vaccine. So as the vaccine is rolling out and people are getting the first and second dose and people are still continuing to follow the social distancing guidelines and wear masks, we're going to see an increase towards travel.
Pandemic's not done yet. Things are better. Things are much better than what they were, but it's not over. So we still have to be mindful and careful of what we're doing when we are out and about, and especially if traveling.
Jillian Brooks, Iowa's News Now.
Of course, there is still a federal mask mandate in place if you're flying or on a bus or a train. There's also requirements when it comes to testing and quarantining for international travel, whether you're coming or going. You can head to iowasnewsnow.com to get a look at those protocols. Still ahead tonight, a mascot moniker mishap in Marion. The issue coming up with their new nickname after trying to avoid controversy with the choice. I'll tell you what it is and what's happening now, next on Iowa's News Now.
21 is here. We have a vaccine, and just maybe we can get back to normal. Marshall Furniture continues to help families create some normalcy with quality furniture. Our showroom is full, and the trucks keep coming. New Lazy Boys, sofas, dining sets, bedroom sets, and complete living rooms have arrived. Get 2021 started off right and come visit Marshall Furniture today. Our experienced staff is here to help. It's worth the drive. Marshall Furniture, Washington, Iowa. I've got more time. We offer free delivery.
Place your sports bets at BetRivers.com.
Philly has taken a 2-point lead. A foul called on Brooklyn. New York knocks down a 3-pointer.
You'll find a massive number of basketball betting options, bet point spreads, money lines, and game totals directly from your mobile device. Sign up now. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. More bets, more action, more fun.
Have you been living with a furnace that doesn't really keep up that well? Are you crossing your fingers hoping it will stay alive all winter long? Well, don't put it off any longer. For a limited time, get a free Shaw diagnostic call on your broken furnace. We'll give you the options to fix it, and we can even offer financing on repairs. It's our way of giving back to a community that has supported us for over 75 years. So call Shaw, y'all, Iowa's most trusted plumbing, heating, and cooling company today.
Is pain stopping you from getting what you want out of life? Cedar Rapids Pain Associates understands that persistent daily pain can seem inescapable. Fortunately, they specialize in solving tough pain problems with effective, non-surgical techniques. With years of experience and same-day appointments, conquering your pain has never been more achievable. Call Cedar Rapids Pain Associates today to start living the way you want to. Call 319-540-8331.
Buy any large Casey's pizza and get one large single topping pizza for just $5.99 with promo code WIN. Order in the app. Casey's, here for good.
Take a look tonight at one of the newest ways Iowans are remembering the lives lost to COVID-19. This is iowacovidmemorial.org. It was a site that was just launched today. Anybody who has lost someone in Iowa to the virus can submit the person's name for that virtual wall you see there. You can also send in stories about the person to tell people a little bit more about them. 5,549 Iowans are now dead from COVID-19 in the pandemic. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is losing some of his emergency powers amid his fight against two different scandals now. Iowa News Now reporter Greg Floyd from our sister station in Albany, New York, is following those decisions tonight from the state Senate.
We now know the Andrew Cuomo administration was hiding nursing home COVID deaths as far back as July of last year. A New York Times report reveals that in a July 2020 New York State Department of Health report on COVID in nursing homes, top Cuomo aides, including Secretary to the Governor Melissa DeRosa, had the true number of nursing home deaths scrubbed from the report. Nearly 3,000 deaths removed from the original draft. Families, lawmakers, and the public misled.
Those families need to know what happened here. And we need the governor, we need everyone to be transparent about this. We need all this information. We need to look through it and make sure this never happens again.
A Cuomo spokesperson admits to the undercount, saying nursing home patients who went to a hospital and died there were not counted. She says, quote, "The out-of-facility data was omitted after DOH could not confirm it had been adequately verified. But we found other states had no problem with that verification. We checked with the health departments of the states bordering New York. From the outset, Vermont, Massachusetts, Connecticut, New Jersey, Pennsylvania have all counted deaths in and out of the nursing homes." Democratic Assemblywoman Yuleen New now calling for Governor Cuomo to be impeached. She says the nursing home scandal can't be overshadowed by the sexual harassment allegations facing the governor.
I don't think that the families who are affected, who literally had the governor try to disappear their family members and not count them, will ever let that happen.
Those sexual harassment claims gaining more traction as former Cuomo aide Charlotte Bennett went on national television to tell her story.
Governor Cuomo said that he has never propositioned anybody. Do you believe that he was propositioning you?
Yes.
For what?
Sex.
And now the dual scandals leading to a power play at the state capitol in Albany on Friday. Lawmakers in the Assembly and Senate, both controlled by Democrats, voting to strip the pandemic emergency powers granted to Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo last year, or at least strip some of those powers.
It's just smoke and mirrors, and it's completely unacceptable.
Under this legislation, Cuomo is barred from issuing new directives, but those in place stay in place and can be modified by the governor. Losing some of his pandemic powers could be the least of Andrew Cuomo's worries, as more and more people from both parties are calling for him to lose his job. In Albany, I'm Greg Floyd.
High school seniors at Cedar Rapids Public Schools are getting their diplomas in person this spring. CRCSD announcing their commencement plans today. There will be limited capacity for the events, and everybody will have to mask up and social distance. Kennedy, Washington, and Jefferson are going to have their ceremonies at the Alliant Energy Powerhouse, formerly known as the U.S. Cellular Center. You see the dates there on your screen. Metro's commencement is going to be in the Doubletree Convention Center right next door, the same day as Jefferson's ceremony in the arena. Back to the drawing board for the Marion Independent School District in their search for a new mascot and nickname. Now, last week we told you the district decided on changing their moniker from Indians to Mavericks to try to be more culturally appropriate. Now, district officials say they're backing off of Mavericks because it turns out the term comes from the name of a rancher in Texas that owned slaves.
The students really unanimously agreed that they do not want to have something represent them that is potentially viewed as offensive or that may cause unnecessary problems for them long term, that they want to be respectful.
The committee and school board are going to talk about what's next coming up at their meeting on Monday. Now, you might remember the other two finalists for mascot names in Marion were the Red Storm and the Red Wolves. No word on whether or not those will still be on the table as options. Meanwhile, legal sports betting is now officially a $1 billion business in Iowa, and it's a surge of wagers online fueling that boom. New numbers released today by the state's Racing and Gaming Commission show $143.6 million bet on sports in Iowa in February. That pushes the state to about $1.1 billion put in play since sports betting became legal back in mid-August 2019. 87% of that monthly total came from online bets. Now, 61% of the money bet on sports in Iowa between August 2019 and last June was online. That has now jumped to 77% between last July and now. Well, some good new video to show you. Unless you're an Iowa State fan, you might think otherwise. Check this out. Closing moments last night of Texas Tech and Iowa State. Texas Tech student manager Ty Larson got in the game, senior night down there in Lubbock, and he gets a charge call against ISU's Javon Johnson. Crowd loving it. A few people allowed in the stands there down in Lubbock. Team just put him on the roster yesterday morning. Also got some senior night honors before the game. Larson actually played junior college ball at Eastern Wyoming College before going to Tech and joining the management staff. Speaking of hoops, day 5 of the girls' state basketball tournament in Des Moines. 2A schools from the area trying to punch their tickets to the championship game. Jets in studio. He's got highlights and reaction after the break.
The next Modern Family, it's college admissions time.
Come on, NY.
Will Luke make the grade?
Welcome to Arizona State.
Oh, it's happening!
We regret to inform you.
On the next Modern Family.
Monday night at 6 on Fox 28.
The Players Coalition is dedicated to providing educational grants and technology to those who need it most. What does it take to prepare everyone for the road ahead? It takes all of us.
Fill your cart with great savings at Fairway. On sale this week. 85% lean ground beef is just $2.49 a pound. Del Monte Gold Whole Pineapple is only $1.99 each. Yoplait yogurt is buy 5, get 2 more free. All varieties of Coke or Sprite products are just $1.99. Fresh, fast, Fairway.
That's not bacon, it's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Tempur-Pedic's mission is to give you truly transformative sleep. So no more tossing and turning or trouble falling asleep. Because only Tempur-Pedic uses proprietary Tempur material that adapts and responds to your body to relieve pressure. So you get deep, uninterrupted sleep. Experience the mattress ranked #1 in customer satisfaction by J.D. Power 2 years in a row.
Denver Mattress, the easiest way to get the right Tempur-Pedic.
Tackle tough jobs with Bosch Power Tools from Menards. Bosch packs the performance and features you need to get the job done right. That's why Bosch is the choice of pros. Plus, Menards has all the bits, blades, and power tool accessories from Bosch you need to get the job done. This 10-inch 40-tooth carbide tip circular saw blade is just $24.99 after 11% rebate. Get 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Watch Iowa's News Now anywhere. Download our news app today. This is Iowa's News Now Sports with Jet Beecham.
Less than 24 hours after beating Illinois State in their Arch Madness opener, UNI's basketball season has come to an abrupt end after COVID issues within the Panthers program forced the cancellation of their quarterfinal matchup with Drake. The kicker, though, the decision was made according to the St. Louis Board of Health's COVID protocols, to which the conference was unaware were even in place. In a press release, the Missouri Valley Conference apologized and admitted to not having the necessary conversations with local health officials regarding their COVID guidelines. Since the city of St. Louis's COVID orders take precedence over MVC protocols, UNI's positive test on Thursday and subsequent contact tracing revealed the Panthers did not have enough players to compete. As a result, UNI's season ends in heartbreaking confusion, while Drake will advance to the semifinal round. In the last 2A girls basketball poll of the season, the top three teams all reigned from Eastern Iowa. Even more impressive, All three made it to today's state semifinal round. The first 2A semifinal was between a pair of unbeaten Valley teams, Maquoketa Valley and Nottoway Valley, battling for a spot in the state title game. This one going back and forth in the first half, but the Wildcats get the last shot of the second quarter, and that'll break the deadlock. Emerson Widenball puts her team up 2. We'll skip ahead to the fourth quarter where it's a 3-point game. Maquoketa Valley trying to pull away a bit. Taya Tucker works quick under the hoop to make it a 5-point Wildcat lead. But this one would come down to the final minute. Tied at 45 with 6 seconds to play. Nottoway Valley fouls Emma Eimler. She shakes the pressure, knocks them both down. Clutch performance from the senior. The Wolverines had 4 seconds to get the final shot off, but they won't put one up. Maquoketa Valley is headed to the state championship game.
I'm just happy for our kids. They've been through a lot over the years, and this was a goal for them and a goal for their families, and it's things that have been talked about for a while. And you know, we hold those that can't be here in a special place in our hearts, and you know, these kids do it for them. They really do.
It's amazing. It's kind of numbing. You just know finally everything is paying off, and you get to do one last time, get to play one last game.
The other 2A semifinal was an all-Eastern Iowa matchup. Dyke New Hartford and West Branch going at it. The Wolverines had a strong second quarter. Paula Gonzalez with a fancy footwork to drop in an easy layup. D&H led by 9 at halftime. But West Branch answered with a stellar third quarter, and they start the fourth with a big-time 3 from Ryland Drucker. That gets the Bears back within 1, and we've got ourselves a ball game. Dyke New Hartford claps back. It's Gonzalez on the other end, slashing her way to the rim again. Make it 5 straight for the Wolverines, who push the lead back up to 6, and they would take care of business from there. Led by freshman Peyton Peterson, she had 19 points and 16 rebounds as Dyke New Hartford reaches its first state title game since 1988. Now they've got a quick turnaround.
We take it one game at a time, and we were just talking about taking it 1 quarter at a time, 1 minute at a time. And so, you know, we're just going to regather, and then we're going to get home and prepare for Mac Valley.
Yeah, you know, we're just going to go back, watch some film, be prepared for the next game. But our senior leader, Abby Sohn, always says, "One and we're not done." So we're going to continue to play for that championship.
And in college hoops action, the UNI women wrapping up their regular season with a weekend doubleheader against Southern Illinois. The Panthers take game 1 67-56. Carly Rucker leading the way with 23.
Well, this weekend we're expecting temperatures to start warming up, and that warm-up really continues as we go into next week. A mild stretch of weather ahead, but with it comes the threat for some rain and even some thunderstorms. We'll talk about the timing, when we might see a few rumbles of thunder in your Weather First forecast next.
I'm Cheryl Atkinson on the Mexican border, where there have been immediate changes under the Biden administration. On the next Full Measure, Sunday mornings at 9 on Fox 28.
When your favorite pair of jeans wear out, it's tough to say goodbye. At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we get it. That's why we carry a massive selection of quality jeans at affordable prices, especially during our spring denim sale. Like special buy men's Dickies jeans, just $24.99 while supplies last. Women's Lee Flex Motion jeans start at $29.99. And men's Rustler jeans are just $13.99. Don't miss great deals on jeans and more during our spring denim sale.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Saturday 9 to 5, Sunday 10 to 4, get ready for summer at the iHeartMedia Outdoor Living Show. We're taking over at Lindale Mall to bring you the best in outdoor living with vendors, speakers, and giveaways. You might even win a $50,000 backyard makeover. It's the event of the spring season, the iHeartMedia Outdoor Living Show, presented by Fairfax Greenhouse and Landscape. Find inspiration for your next project or someone to do it for you. Saturday 9 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 4, we'll see you at Lindale Mall.
Hi, I'm Carson King with Iowa Legends Roofing and Remodeling. We're excited to bring our signature Iowa Nice service to Eastern Iowa. We offer a full range of remodeling services, including kitchen, cabinets, basements, roofing, siding, and gutters. Plus, Iowa Legends sends a portion of all proceeds to the Carson King Foundation. Visit our website to check out what we have to offer and experience the Iowa Nice side of construction with Iowa Legends Roofing and Remodeling.
Want to sell your car? We'll buy it. Hi, this is Amy over at Warehouse Auto. If you have a vehicle you're looking to sell, let us know. We'll give you an accurate wholesale appraisal with a simple, fast process. Go to our website at warehouseauto.com and click on the Sell Us Your Car tab. Enter the vehicle information and we'll contact you with a price. So if you have a vehicle you'd like to sell, visit us at warehouseauto.com or in Swisher. We're halfway between Cedar Rapids and Iowa City, right off of I-380, exit 10.
I'm Presley Henningsen. This is my client Brooke's true story.
My son Clayton went into the hospital to have a toe surgery. 12 hours later, he ended up having a pulmonary cardiac arrest. No parent should go through what I had to go through. Presley made sure that Clayton mattered. RSH Legal was able to make sure that whatever happened to Clayton did not happen to another family.
RSH Legal, fighting for fairness.
Next, funny you should ask.
Originally wanted to call the like button.
Please give me more attention button.
Tonight at 11:30 on Fox 28.
From spectacular views to breaking news, the Iowa's News Now Skyview drone.
Well, the snow is melting and we're getting our first looks at our yards in a while. Now, this spring doesn't just mean the usual landscaping, of course, but of course here in eastern Iowa, also means any repairs still left over from August's derecho. Experts at Blade Works in Marion say you need to look and see if anything's still viable after the storms, and there is still a chance you might not need to get your whole tree taken down.
If you have trees that have been damaged, you can certainly prune those damaged limbs off, and you can also control size on some shrubs and structure.
But we know we can still see a little winter before we fully get into spring. Slattery says not to be sure not to start digging into your yards too soon to make sure the soil and what you're planting stays strong and protected. Iowa City is working to fight climate change, and now there's thousands of dollars available for environmental initiatives in the community. Weather First meteorologist Sarah Flynn tells us about who can get some of that money and how much.
Using a program like this, it really introduces the ideas and issues of climate and environmentalism to the broader communities.
Iowa City is now taking applicants for grants. Organizations and businesses just need to help reduce the impacts of climate change within the community. Those selected may receive up to $10,000.
We hope that people take from this either real solutions, they can be simple to more complex solutions, but something to build upon. It could be as simple as sharing information with someone to creating a lasting change in a physical structure.
Projects have ranged from having a programmable thermostat to conserve energy to providing food around the community. But new this year, students K through 12 can receive grants up to $500.
We're really proud of the diversity that the past projects have brought to the program, and are really excited about the innovative or creative ideas that everyone from kids to business owners can come up with.
One of the project requirements to provide a lasting change in the community. The ultimate goal to reduce carbon emissions by 45% by 2030 and have net zero carbon emissions by 2050.
And by doing those concrete things, we can continue to take action into the future to meet those climate action goals.
Weather First meteorologist Sarah Flynn, Iowa's News Now.
You can apply for those grants through the rest of the month. Head to iowasnewsnow.com to get the information.
Well, a fairly quiet night across the upper Midwest today. We're 32 degrees right now, just at the freezing mark here in Cedar Rapids. Lots of 30s, some low 40s around the region tonight, and it's a fairly calm weather pattern here as we head into the weekend. Satellite and radar shows a few clouds streaming through, some echoes on the radar. You see, it looks like rain, maybe some flurries falling, but none of that really making it to the ground. There's some dry air above our heads that's really gobbling away at all of that. So not expecting anything tonight, and that's passing off to our south anyway. Temperatures tonight expected to get down into the mid-20s, a relatively mild night for this time of year. We should be around the 20-degree mark, so a few degrees warmer than that because of the cloud cover hanging around, but we should see decreasing clouds by the time we get to the early to mid stages of tomorrow morning, and by the time we head to the afternoon, thinking mostly sunny skies out there. A very nice start to the weekend here in eastern Iowa. Now, as we head into Sunday, maybe a few clouds coming back in as we head into the morning, and then in the afternoon, we'll see those winds flip around. They're coming out of the south and west. Will be breezy at times, gusts to 30 miles an hour possible, but that's going to help warm those temperatures up. We're talking 50s widespread to wrap up the weekend. Then we have to start watching some trouble towards the middle of next week. Area of low pressure forms on the lee side of the Rockies, continues moving towards the upper Midwest, pulling up a warm front here in eastern Iowa. Those temperatures on Wednesday, could actually maybe overperform here. We're looking at least like we could see the 60s, maybe even more than that, getting into the mid 60s possible. And then that front comes through, heavy rain, even scattered thunderstorms going to be possible with this system, something we have to watch closely as we go towards the middle of next week. So enjoy tomorrow, quiet, calm, albeit cool out there, 44 high temperature with increasing sunshine in the afternoon. 7-day forecast turns more active as we go into next week with temperatures into the 50s to wrap up the weekend, 60s by the middle of the week with the chance of rainfall there Wednesday into Thursday. An active week ahead that'll send that cold front through, putting temperatures back to near or just below normal as we go towards the middle of March. Now check this out. This is really exciting. New video from NASA tonight. The Mars rover is on the move. Perseverance performed its first drive on Mars today. The test drive lasted 33 minutes. It was an important milestone after landing back on February 18th. It won't be long before the rover begins collecting samples from the Martian surface.
Well, back here on Earth, Iowa Senator Chuck Grassley is laying the groundwork for the potential for another re-election campaign. Grassley has now submitted paperwork to the Federal Election Commission that makes him eligible to run again in 2022. Still hasn't formally announced whether or not he will run for an 8th term on the Senate. Grassley was first elected there in 1980. And as he and Congress are in the midst of their pandemic relief bill battles, it's all part of the bigger fight ahead of 2022's midterms. Iowa's News Now chief political correspondent Scott Thuman is talking with both sides this week. Tonight, he goes one-on-one with the head of the RNC.
Choose a word to describe Capitol Hill these days, and divided may be top of the list. How to bridge that gap, unclear. We asked about possible solutions from RNC chairwoman Ronna McDaniel. President Biden has said he wants bipartisanship to be a big part of his efforts moving forward. You've got COVID negotiations going on. Are you encouraged by anything you're seeing?
I haven't seen anything from the Biden administration that signals a true willingness or effort to work in a bipartisan way. It's unfortunate because he ran on that. I think many voters thought he would do that, and we haven't seen any of that. And remember, the last stimulus bills for COVID were done in a bipartisan way.
Does some of that blame lay at the feet of both parties, though?
You know, the Democrats have the control right now, and I think they've decided we don't need Republicans.
So often the historic trend is that the party in power, the White House, tends to lose a little bit of ground in midterms. That's, I'm guessing, your ultimate goal at this point.
I think a lot of people don't realize Republicans are only 5 seats away from taking majority in the House. Redistricting alone, we're going to pick up seats in Texas and Florida and North Carolina. But we want to make sure that we take back a branch of government to be a check and a balance like our founders intended.
Right now, a lot of critics of the party are trying to make sure that when you say Republican, that you also have to acknowledge some of these factions like QAnon or Proud Boys.
Any group that supports white supremacy or anti-Semitism or hate or racism, you are not welcome in our party. I call on Democrats. Do the same with Antifa. Do the same with Louis Farrakhan.
Well, some of the dust has settled since Election Day. Who would you say is the leader of your party?
Well, I always say the voters are the leader of our party, and the voters obviously overwhelmingly supported the president, but they support Republicans up and down the ticket.
How much direction or how much decision-making is still going through former President Trump?
Really, he didn't do a lot of the decision-making even when he was president. He was running the White House, and the RNC was determining which races to get involved in.
Is it true that you warned former President Trump against forming a third party?
You know, I'm not going to share my private conversations, but I would warn anyone against forming a third party in our party, because you know you're just going to divide the vote and hand everything to the Democrats.
In Washington, I'm Scott Thuman.
Your team.
With the first pick.
Our team.
It's such an exciting time for a fan.
Every team.
Have some of that!
NFL Network. We're here for football.
Getting around isn't as easy as it used to be. That's why we called Bath Fitter. They removed our old tub and installed a beautiful new spacious shower. Now, getting in and out is a breeze. And we have peace of mind with seamless walls that provide a watertight fit, plus their lifetime guarantee. Thanks to Bath Fitter, life is so much easier with a shower we love.
Call today and pay no interest for 90 days. Plus, receive 10% off your total purchase. Find out why Bath Fitter is the perfect fit.
Register your company today for the 2021 Corridor Corporate Games. Help promote teamwork, physical wellness, and company pride with over 25 events to choose from. To register and learn more, visit corridorcorporategames.org.
Looking for the best brands, the best selection, all at the best prices? Then Denver Mattress has you covered. And during the 4-day super sale, the more you buy, the more you save. Save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Check out the Summit Firm for only $249.99. Or get a free $300 gift when you purchase a new Tempur-Pedic. Plus 5 years no interest and free shipping right to your door. Shop the best of the best at the best prices. Only at Denver Mattress. The easiest way to get the right mattress.
This is Ford Truck Month.
So are you ready for a ride?
Now is the time to get a great deal on Ford Ranger, Ford Super Duty, and the all-new 2021 Ford F-150. Get our best offers of the year and see what Built Ford Tough can do for you. Welcome to the show, America.
Welcome to the show.
Right now, get $5,750 in total savings on a 2021 F-150, only during Ford Truck Month.
How do you dabble? A new network with your favorite lifestyle experts. Dabble.
Watch Dabble on 28.1 or check with your cable provider.
Lawmakers hope to solve Iowa's cold cases. A new bill could create a task force.
It's one of those issues of justice, really, but also just trying to help these families and friends get some closure on probably a really, really tough situation.
Iowa's News Now showed you the proposed price tag for the task force and revealed what it could mean for Iowans who have lost loved ones. Right now at iowasnewsnow.com, follow the future of this bill. All screens, all the time, always choose Iowa's News Now.
Come on! Keep on! Keep kicking! Keep kicking! Come on!
Take a look at that new video tonight and listen to it too from Portage, Wisconsin, showing the moments that police officers drug a young boy out of the ice there. And this happened Wednesday, but we're just getting a look at the video now tonight. You can hear them yelling instructions, getting the boy to shore as quick as they can. Portage police say they released the video to try and raise awareness about the dangers of walking on that ice. Because certainly, Nathan, it is getting warmer out, and that ice sooner or later is going to melt completely.
Yeah, definitely good advice to keep in mind as these temperatures warm. Staying off the ice, a good idea. Even though tomorrow morning's temperatures do get below freezing, by the afternoon we're into the mid-40s out there under mostly sunny skies. We see those temperatures warm into the 50s and then even Mitch the 60s headed our way. With a chance of rain, though, by the middle of the week.
Yeah, of course, as good things come in, also a little bit of everything, but it's been a while since we've seen precipitation.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
We'll keep tracking that weather first forecast over on Iowa's News Now at 10 on CBS
2. People everywhere living with type 2 diabetes are waking up to what's possible with Rybelsus.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Rybelsus works differently than any other diabetes pill to lower blood sugar in all 3 of these ways. Increases insulin, decreases sugar, and slows food. The majority of people taking Rybelsus lowered their blood sugar and reached an A1C of less than 7. People taking Rybelsus lost up to 8 pounds. Rybelsus isn't for people with type 1 diabetes or diabetic ketoacidosis. Don't take Rybelsus if you or your family ever had medullary thyroid cancer or have multiple endocrine neoplasia syndrome type 2 or if allergic to it. Stop Rybelsus and get medical help right away if you get a lump or swelling in your neck, severe stomach pain, or an allergic reaction. Serious side effects may include pancreatitis. Tell your provider about vision problems or changes. Taking Rybelsus with a sulfonylurea or insulin increases low blood sugar risk. Side effects like nausea, vomiting, and diarrhea may lead to dehydration, which may worsen kidney problems. Wake up to what's possible with Rybelsus. You may pay as little as $10 per prescription. Ask your healthcare provider about Rybelsus today.
Well, if it isn't Big Hearty, you fixing to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big Hearty, part of the buy one, get one for just $1 deal. Feed your happy.
We have it, they don't. Camping World and Gander RV and Outdoors has over 80,000 factory fresh RVs to choose from. That's more RVs for sale than anyone else on the planet. RVs for as low as $98 a month. Don't overpay. We have the best prices, period. The nation's only coast-to-coast peace of mind service network. With 170 locations nationwide, every mile you travel brings you a mile closer to a Camping World or Gander RV and Outdoors. The difference is clear. Click, call, or visit us today.
Elevate your curb appeal and protect your home with Atlas Roofing from Menards. The roof is easily one of the most overlooked features of any home, even though it is one of the most important. Built with beauty and durability in mind, Castleberg shingles will add great value to your home while protecting it for years to come. All Castleberg shingles now $19.99 after 11% rebate. Save 11% on everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards. Well, if it isn't Big Hearty, you fixin' to sauce me up? Sick those beefy twins on this cheese hound? Big Mac, go play with your extra toy bun. The adults are getting meaty.
The Big